Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Since love is in the air this month and Valentine's Day just happened, I wanted to talk about something I love very much, and that's Breath of the Wild. This won't be a full review or anything like it, but instead why I love this game so much. Cause if you know me or even had a conversation with me, you probably know that my favorite game of all time is this, and it's not even close. With the fact that Tears of the Kingdom is getting closer and closer, I wanted to make a video on why I love this game so much. One of my biggest reasons is just how special the game is to me. Going into the lore of Hero D a little, growing up I would play whatever console we had, which means I played a lot of NES and OG Xbox. And of course a Wii, because these things might just be in every American household. But a little later in life, my family finally got an Xbox 360, and I loved this thing to death. But I was a Nintendo fan at heart, so when I saw a Switch, I knew I had to have one. So I saved up enough money by growing my hair out and bought the Switch and this copy of Breath of the Wild. Where I played a few other Zelda games before, something about Breath of the Wild made me have to own it. Then, I proceeded to play this game as much as I could, and I instantly fell in love. Walking up to the plateau and saying the word for the first time is something I will never forget, and the rest of the game was filled with moments like this for me. Like fighting and beating my first Lionel in early game when one hit would have meant death for me. Or finding out about the champions and falling in love with them, even Revali, and pulling the Master Sword even though I didn't nearly have enough hearts, and going back every time I got a new one until I finally pulled it. Moments like this brought my love for video games back into my life, and honestly, without Breath of the Wild, I don't know if I'd be doing any of this. The more and more I play this game, the more I realize the little things too. All of the sound effects are so good, the Korok's little laugh, every time you hit something with a powered up Master Sword, and even the annoying stuff like the Sheikah sensor make me weirdly happy listening to it. The gameplay in this is also insane for me. It's a hard to master but easy to play kind of game, which is why something like the Master Trials is so amazing to me. Starting you off with nothing and giving you these challenges are awesome, and while I died multiple times to these, I have gotten them down pretty well now. Everything in this game just feels so natural to me. While I mentioned the champions before, I wanted to talk about the other side characters because everyone has so much personality in this game, it's insane. If you told me I'd end up caring about some random builder who wants to build a town, I wouldn't believe you, but there I am at his wedding. The interesting part about this too is a lot of the characters don't get that much time to talk or really do anything. But I still love talking to Impa and Pyra. Oh, and don't even get me started on Paya. I definitely had a huge crush on her, and she barely does anything. But she is perfect, and I will fight about this topic. Even Ganon in this game with his Muppet looking ass has a special place in my heart. While it's not my favorite version, this one has some sort of terror element to him. Since you know from the start he is what's causing all of your problems. All of the monsters are because of him. When the blood moon rises, it's because of him. For me, this builds a weird relationship that the other games don't do. And Ganon, it's the only problem, and you can solve it at any point in the game. This is also my favorite version of Zelda. Yes, I know she has an excellent relationship with Link and Skyward Sword, but we don't really see her struggles in this game. She's just the princess. This Zelda is so much more. By the end of the game, I not only was saving Zelda to beat the game, but I was charging that castle to save her. This game brought me so many emotions at a time when I wasn't sure about anything. It is something that is extremely important to me. I know it's not perfect and some people may not like what it is, but to me this will always be my favorite game for what it did. I honestly could make this video way longer, but I actually have to get back to playing Breath of the Wild in preparation for the sequel. So let me know what you thought of this video and if you have any games like this. But for now, I'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.